Welcome into 12-ounce update. I am Heffe, and it is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Hump Day. I hope you're having a great day. Beautiful sunny day outside the studio here in Ohio. Let's get underway. It's 15 minutes, fast and furious. Network news, our biggest event ever for the network, starts this Friday in Montana, the Montana Lacrosse League, followed by next weekend's Battle of the Border, leading up to next Sunday's Montana Lacrosse League and the Battle of the Border Championships, Canada versus USA in the Battle of the Border. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be only on 12-ounce sports. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube or watch on our website, the 24/7 channel. And, of course, everything replays on Dingo TV channel 217. So keep an eye on the public schedule. Let's get into it now. I'm all hopped up on the Montana Lacrosse League, and then I got to bring you bad news. So I'm going to bring you right back down. Legendary baseball player Pete Rose, a.k.a. Charlie Hustle, passes away at the age of 83. A lot of things behind his name. The legendary head first slide, the hits leader, and then, of course, the gambling scandal that kept him out of the Hall of Fame. But Pete Rose passes away at 83. 1941, he was born. 2024, he passes. And, what's going on right now? We're losing all these legends, and many of them too soon. So sad news out of, I'd say Cincinnati. I'm not sure that's where he lives, but sad news to hear Pete Rose has passed. Who knows if he'll ever get into the Hall? I mean, a lot of people think he should be. Some writers came out today and said he shouldn't be, which people said that was in bad taste. A little too soon, but we'll see. Time will tell. In brighter news, Jared Goff, a perfect game, setting an NFL record by completing all 18 of his passes to help the Lions beat the Seahawks 42-29 on Monday night. Goff was 18 of 18, 292 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 reception TD. I almost read that wrong. I thought I read that wrong, but I do remember that pass. So Jared Goff, a perfect game. There you go in the NFL. And we'll get to NFL Monday night right now. Tale of two stories Monday night. The Dolphins-Titans, it was kind of rough to watch at times. Of course, the Titans won 31-12 with Tua out for the Dolphins. They had to use backup quarterbacks. Their offense looked terrible. Both teams dropped to 1-3. Titans with a big win there, their first win of the year, 31-12. In the nightcap was a great game. The Seahawks were downed by the Lions 42-29, making both teams 3-1. I'm sorry. I'm looking all over the map here. Again, we mentioned Goff had the perfect game there, but it wasn't without some impressive stats from the Seahawks as well. We'll bring those up right here. Geno Smith, 38 of 56, a lot of pass attempts, 395 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Kenneth Walker, 12 carries, 80 yards. Metcalf, he's on my fantasy team, 7 catches, 104 yards. No tutties, though, no tutties. That would have been nice. Jared Goff, again, 18-18, 292, 2 touchdowns. Amon St. Brown had a touchdown pass to Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs, 14 carries, 78 yards. Jamison Williams, 2 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown, putting the, again, I'm trying to get the standings up here, putting the Lions at 3-1. Good start. In the AFC, the Bills, Steelers, Texans, and Chiefs lead their divisions. The Commanders, Vikings, Buccaneers, and Seahawks lead their divisions. There you go with the Monday night and NFL roundup. Staying in the NFL, though, Jaguars Peterson says he has not lost the locker room after their 0-4 start. Every team has high hopes beginning seasons, but the Jags thought they would turn this thing around. Many are questioning whether Peterson has lost the room. Doug Peterson says he has not lost the room. He denies the rumors, and he says, I would know. I talk to these guys every day. I see them every day, and no, I have not lost the locker room. He told somebody from some radio station on Wednesday or this morning. Sorry, I don't recognize the radio station. I think these guys have done everything I've asked. They continue to play and practice hard and battle, and it's a good group. The right leaders in there. They know what we need to do. They're not making excuses for it, and I'm not going to make excuses. We've just got to get better. So there's the word from Doug Peterson. Yeah, you know how writers are. Sometimes they maybe hear something and it's not supposed to be public. Who knows? In Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills edge rusher Von Miller, was suspended. I'm rushing. Was suspended 4 games by the NFL on Tuesday for violating the league's personnel conduct policy. Of course, they're staying a little hush-hush about what that policy was that he violated, but he is going to be out 4 games. If you have the Bills defense, that's got some fantasy implications for you. And I apologize if I'm rushing. Full disclosure, I'm recording this about 40 minutes before airtime because I have a tennis match tonight, so I can't do both at once. It's hard to do the show from a tennis court, but I do have to defend my win from a few weeks ago. So we're staying in the NFL. Davante Adams sat out against the Browns last weekend and now wants traded. Sounds like the Jets and Saints are high on Davante Adams' wish list of preferred destinations due to familiarity with the team's quarterbacks, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter this morning. Adams, he's always wanting to move somewhere. Now he wants out of the Raiders organization, and he's shopping himself around yet again. We'll see if wherever he lands makes him happy this time. Blockbuster trade in the NBA. The Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle blockbuster trade finally became official 5 days after the deal was initially reported. The New York Knicks have confirmed today. We'll get into some of the details here. The Knicks are going to get Karl Anthony Towns and James Nagy. The T-Wolves get Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, Keita Bates Diop, and a 2025 first rounder. I swear my glasses aren't working. Hornets get Daquan Jeffries, Charlie Brown Jr., Dwayne Washington Jr., a 2025 second rounder, a 2026 second rounder, a 2031 second rounder, and $7.2 million in cash. So there you go. That's quite the trade. 3-team trade there. Randall's going to receive $4.13 million as part of the trade bonus. And the Hornets also obtained that cash that we mentioned. Big trade there in the NBA as we're getting closer and closer to the NBA season, believe it or not. I said on Monday, time flies. All right, moving along in NASCAR. I don't bring up NASCAR much on the update when I do the update, but 2 NASCAR teams, one of them owned by Michael Jordan, filed a federal antitrust lawsuit against the Stock Car Series and chairman Jim France on Wednesday. We'll pull up some of the details of that. A little controversy with the NASCAR. Let's pull it up here. Pull it up. Claiming the new charter system limits competition by unfairly binding teams to the series, its tracks, and its suppliers. 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports filed suit in the Western District of North Carolina and Charlotte after 2 years of contentious negotiations between the privately owned National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing and the 15 charter holding organizations in the series Top Cup Series. Whew, that's a word salad. Sorry, I'm rushing here. The France family in NASCAR are monopolistic bullies, the team said in the lawsuit, a copy of which was obtained by the AP. And bullies will continue to impose their will to hurt others until their targets stand up and refuse to be victims. That moment has now arrived. Let's see if we find out. No more information there. So there you go. NASCAR, a couple of NASCAR teams suing. Let's see what happens there. All right, moving along. Gonzaga joining the Pac-12 in 2026. I know the guys on Vegas Square touched on the Pac-12 on a recent show and how they're going to rebuild now that they lost pretty much all their members. Looks like Gonzaga's a member that's going to join. I know the Pac-12 had a requirement of getting 2 football teams. Gonzaga doesn't have one, but Gonzaga will join as a member of other sports. And, of course, their heralded basketball program will be a nice addition to the Pac-12. University Bulldog Athletic Director Chris Standiford said, "This is a great day for Gonzaga. We're excited to join a conference with great tradition and a commitment to innovating during this involving time in collegiate athletics." Pac-12 leaders approved the decision Monday night, as reported by NBC. The addition of Gonzaga boosts the Pac-12's basketball standing. The Bulldogs have dominated the WCC for nearly 30 years, winning 28 regular season titles in 21 conference tournaments. Gonzaga also has made 25 consecutive NCAA tournaments, excluding the canceled 2020 tournament because of COVID, of course. They lost in the finals to North Carolina in 2017 and Baylor in 2021 during that span. So Pac-12 adding a great team there in Gonzaga, so good for them. Big news out of the WNBA. Well, I mean, they're in their semifinals. Nothing breaking, but last night we had the Aces fall to the Liberty. So now that series is the Liberty lead by 2-0, and the Lynx beat the Suns 77-70 to tie that series. So in 2 days, Friday, October 4th, right before the update, or right after the update on 12 Ounce Sports, we'll have Lynx versus the Sun. That series again is going to move to Connecticut, and the series is tied 1-1 at 9:30 later that evening. The Liberty will travel to Las Vegas, Nevada to take on the Aces. Liberty trying to sweep there in the semifinals. And of course, the series will continue Sunday and then into next Tuesday. So the WNBA, the semifinals, catch the action. All right, moving along to the Major League playoffs. Everybody's watching October baseball, right? The Mets made it in. I know Rome was excited on the Rome show in the morning on 12 Ounce Sports. One of the big games yesterday, maybe a surprise too, was the Tigers behind Skubal. This is a nice play. Knock off the Houston Astros in game 1. Skubal pitched 6 scoreless innings, and then the bullpen held on. Meanwhile, Detroit, bolstered by that hit right there, scored 3 in the second to take a 3-0 lead and then held on the rest of the way to win 3-1. Other games in the MLB playoffs yesterday, the Royals beat the Orioles 1-0 in a pitcher's battle there. Reagans gets the win. 5 hits for each team in that one. The Mets in another shootout, they beat the Brewers 8-4 on the road. The Mets are red hot. They had less hits than the Brewers, but they did get the win behind Severino's arm. And then the final game yesterday, the Padres blanked the Braves. The Braves didn't pitch Chris Sale again. Not sure what's behind that, but the Padres take a 1-0 lead there with the 4-0 win. Tonight, underway right now, and again, I apologize. I'm recording about 2 hours early, actually, 40 minutes before I have to leave, I meant. This is about 4:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as I'm recording because I have a tennis match. El Jefe's got to play his tennis. But currently, while I'm recording, bottom of the 7th, the Tigers lead the Astros 1-0. Another pitcher's duel there. And in the top of the 1st, the Royals and Orioles just started up. And then in about an hour from when you're watching this, the Mets will travel to the Brewers again, and the Braves play the Padres. So October baseball is underway. It's a great time of year. Football is in full swing. Baseball is in the playoffs. You got to love it. It's a good time. We love it. We love you for watching. Up next on 12 Ounce Sports on all of our networks, channels, YouTube, X, the 24/7 channel, D3 Women's Volleyball at 7 p.m., top of the hour, here in about 15 minutes. Illinois Wesleyan, the home team, the 12 Ounce Sports partner, is going to take on North Park. And I know they had some volleyball last weekend. It's good action, really good team. And we have a full slate this weekend, too, not just the Montana Lacrosse League. Check our public schedule on the website, 12ozsports.com. Tons of sports this weekend, college sports. But coming up here, top of the hour, D3 Women's Volleyball. Thank you for watching. This has been the 12 Ounce Update on Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Take care.